Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to VALORANT rostermania. After ShahZaM was confirmed to G2 a couple of days ago, he's revealed that he had 6 offers from other teams outside of G2 that he decided to reject in their favour. But many North American pro players believe that it's not G2 that are the dominant force in the challenger side, not even TSM, but instead the M80 roster that will absolutely wipe the floor with the other NA Tier 2 competition. Very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. Another that sick video for the timeline last night. Even as 6 says, can't change my alias at this point or lose my contract. That's all he does, he says, for the team as it stands. Now, some further roster confirmations. This from Will, I'm ready for my next adventure, says he's flying over to Europe. We believe he's signing with the Dark Ratio team, and there was also this discussion here from Zexro as well that he's since deleted. But yeah, that Dark Ratio team we believe is going to get picked up by Mad Lions as it stands. I think they used to be involved with Splice, was it? Or I forget exactly the history of the Mad Lions organization. But yeah, apparently that's where they might end up going. We can actually see here that Will is potentially joining this team with Zexro, Trick, Ange, and Drone. Potentially could be Mad Lions. That's the present rumor they're going to join forces with an organization. Another confirmation here from Oxygen Academy, as they say they've graduated and officially are going to become their 2023 roster with Mitch and Pony and Scuba as well, and these guys. So that's another official confirmation down there in Tier 2. Lots happening lately, and we saw the big one the other day was G2 confirming their return into Tier 2. We don't really know as it stands whether they're going to get the free pass into the challenges or whether they're going to have to grind through the qualifiers in early January. But yeah, ShahZaM said excited to continue my journey. But the question that's being raised is, how good is this G2 team actually going to be? They've got some good pieces here, but you know, you've got to be the best team in North American Tier 2, and not just North American, but also the Americas in general. You've got to be the best team in the entirety of the Americas that's not in the Tier 1 professional league, in the partnership league. And if you are that good and you can deliver on that performance at the Ascension tournament and even qualify for it at the end of the year in June or whenever it's going to be, then you can actually get up there into the Tier 1 side. Now, you know, it's a good team, the G2 roster, no doubt, but many pro players don't actually believe it's actually that good at all compared to some of the other teams, especially the M80 lineup that was confirmed the other day. Xander, EU, Nismo, John QT, and Koala Noob. That is apparently the team to beat right now. So I'll show a couple of clips here. Firstly, from ShahZaM himself, where he discusses the fact that he had many other offers. Now, people are going to call cap on this and say you didn't actually have 6 other offers. It's an interesting conversation to have, because if ShahZaM had 6 other offers, you would think that, you know, it's not like you would think that any would be better than the one that he's gone for here, because presumably all the other offers were of a worse caliber from, you know, team dynamics and also the teams he'd be playing with, but also salary and stuff, and, you know, G2 being a big organization. Could it also be other regions, right? Would maybe European teams or even APAC teams said, hey, ShahZaM, get involved? Because it seems a little bit difficult to believe there was 6 other North American challenger teams that wanted ShahZaM, and therefore, or maybe it was 5 other, or however exactly he says it here in a second, and he decided to join G2 regardless. But yeah, what do you guys think about that statement? But also, we've got the 100 Thieves guys stating that from their perspective, it's quite clear that M80, based on their scrim results so far, are the #1 team by a margin in North American challenges, and will be the team to beat and the favourites to qualify for Ascension and go through to the Partnership League in 2024.
Other offense besides G2? Yeah, I had Miko. Six team offers. 6?
Help a girl in.
No, 6, not 16.
By the way, did you see TSM announce their team?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that James is back in there. But now we gotta get the whole roster back. Me, Sabrosa, Wardell, James, Aleka, or Drone.
That's a roster.
You like that?
You saw Yassi taking 5 months off.
Is he?
Or no, he's not taking 5 months off. He's like taking a break from competing, and then he wants to
Come back? Did he say he wants to inevitably come back?
No, I think one of the managers of TSM Valorant said that.
Yo.
So I don't think it's from Rosa.
Well, I'm pretty. I mean, I think
it could be. You know, it could be a game of telephone where you know.
I mean, I don't think it. I mean, didn't George tweet it out? Whatever. Never mind. I won't say it.
I mean, yeah, he's not on the roster. I mean,
no. I'm saying like, look at. Okay.
I'm probably rooting for M80 and Ascension to come up. I think they're the best Ascension team by far. Like, it's not even close. Would you agree, Sean?
I mean, if scrims mean anything, then yeah.
Yeah, if scrims mean anything, they're by far the best team in NA, probably even.
So what do you guys think about those ShahZaM discussions, right, on having those 6 offers that he may or may not have had? I don't think he's necessarily lying, but I just wonder what, to the extent of what those 6 offers were. Were they other regions? Were they just North American teams? Did he have any other offers from a TSM or even an M80 or something like that he declined to go to G2? Maybe, maybe not. Like, G2 should be up there with some of the best teams, but as we saw Asuna and others say, like, they don't believe that they're really the top dogs here in the team to beat going into the Challengers ecosystem for next year. Now, TSM also pretty scary. They've built a pretty solid roster as we saw yesterday, but they don't really seem to be in the conversation too much being the best team in the region. Now, of course, like, it's early days. These teams or these guys may believe that M80 are the team to beat as it stands. Could be a very different story in a few months' time, and it's going to be June, really, where the Ascension tournament actually takes place. So, a long time from now. Quick update on ShahZaM, though, because I did question yesterday, where's ShahZaM going? Is he doing anything? Seems like he's taking a break from competing, kind of doing what Marved is doing. And, yeah, I don't know, kind of interesting, because was there not a thing a few months ago where ShahZaM said something to Bang and basically said that he didn't really rate Bang that highly, and all of a sudden now it's Bang on 100 Thieves absolutely killing it, and ShahZaM has taken a break from competing, but he says here that he's looking to come back at some point, but nonetheless it's still quite the interesting turn of events for ShahZaM that he probably won't be playing this season in the tier 2 sides. It's not like Marved isn't competing in tier 1 or tier 2, because Marved could theoretically come back to tier 1 at any time. ShahZaM making the return is going to be more challenging, right? So this is what FNS believes from NRG. I'm taking M80 for Ascension. What do you guys think? So he reckons that this M80 team is clear of the others, and maybe NRG have been getting some practice in so far, getting some practice in against M80 and some other teams, just to see in early scrims how things are going, and apparently they've been playing very well indeed. So FNS believes it's a no-brainer, that's the team to beat, that's the dominant force in challenges. Now, Som disagrees. In fairness, he's mentioning players that he may have some experience with, but as he says here, EU, Tex or Hayes, one of them are winning. So EU, of course, is on that M80 team with the other guys we saw. Tex, we think, is on the guard with the former guard team minus Sire player, and then Hayes, of course, is on that TSM roster. So Som believes that it's either M80, it's either the guard, or it's either TSM. Those are the 3 best teams with the highest chances, let's say, of qualifying up to the Partnership League for 2024 by winning Ascension. Doesn't even consider G2 here in his analysis. So these are all the teams, the TSM roster now, even Shopify Rebellion, they're no slouches. FaZe, M80, many competitive teams. For G2 to be, up there with these guys is going to be a little bit challenging. But that's the interesting thing for me, is that G2 are probably playing the highest salary here. They're obviously investing a lot of money into this project to try and make it work. But what are the chances that G2 actually qualify and win Ascension? Maybe 30%, maybe 20%. I don't know. Maybe that's even over-egging it, to be honest, based on, of course, we'll have to see how they actually perform as time progresses. But it's not like there's no competition to achieve it. And yeah, the M80 lineup, a large part of the former Ghost Core and some other teams as well, they are seemingly the team to beat according to many in the North American scene, even in the pro side as well. Asuna and Bang seem to agree with that assessment that those guys are going to be the #1 team, and G2 might have, look, if G2 don't make it this season, then, it seems like a pretty huge waste of money, right? It's very tough for me to see that there's actually any rate of return going into the Challenger side if you don't win Ascension, which is basically what you have to do to make it worthwhile, I would say. So yeah, definitely tweet your thoughts on that in the comment section below. A couple of things to close out the video with. Firstly, here from Willminder, most improved team of the year in 2022 goes to 100 Thieves. They started off so badly, they made the changes. Sean Gez, DDK completely switched up the way the roster was going, and they've made massive progress this year to the point where they just straight up dominated the Red Bull Homegrounds tournament just last weekend. And also some further discussion here on Chamber, because Lothar says he played some Chamber games today and he actually enjoyed playing him more than pre-nerf. So we saw the other day or yesterday there was a lot of discussion on the fact that Chamber's now dead, pointless, not going to be utilized at all because the teleport just doesn't work as well as it used to, right? And there's other problems with the state of him as it stands, but really the teleport is worse than it used to be. But there is, I don't know, the way it works and the way the teleport now operates is different to how it was before, and Lothar reckons that actually it's very much still viable and allows him to have more freedom and be more aggro on both defense and attack. So he actually enjoys playing him more. Now, he's still worse, Chamber, than he was before, but he still might be viable, and Lothar reckons he is. And Vanity says as well from the Cloud9 side, TP feels fine IMO, the trip is the biggest issue, which is I think a fair point as well. That he doesn't really operate so much as a Sentinel at all anymore, which is understandable based on the nerf that they made, but it does mean that you can't just use Chamber in your composition without thinking about it. You've got to make sure that the rest of your combo is actually, adjusted to having the new teleport on Chamber and the new trip as well, such that Vanity reckons, what, maybe putting Ye on the Chamber full-time is not the way to go anymore, but it's somewhat unclear, and there's very much differing opinions in the pro scene right now as to how much Chamber we're actually going to see going into 2023. But very much enjoy your thoughts thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new. Take care, and I'll see you next time.